All right, welcome back for another. We are going to start the driveway process right now. So in the last video, you guys saw us raking out and grubbing everything, cleaning all the old mulch off, getting rid of that, kind of just getting a rough grade. Now we're about to throw the driveway lines in, maybe pound some stakes. It's Wednesday today, the 2nd of July. So this will be our last day of work for the week, and then I'll pick this back up on Monday, and that's when we got a dozer showing up to do the cut. We're gonna talk with the customers in about 20 minutes here about maybe grading their house pad as well and using some of that excess dirt for the driveway. Just push everything all the way out. There's some spots, if you guys watch the other ones, where it's really dry. Like this big open clearing here gets tons of sun all day. We haven't had no problems with this area at all. But around the bend a little bit, it's pretty shaded and more narrow. So we're working with some water problems there. So that's why we're gonna try to use that dirt from the house pad to bring the whole driveway up. There's good sand here, so that should be really nice. And then, so Monday is gonna be the cut. Tuesday we got gravel showing up. We'll be pushing that out all day. And if we're doing the house pad, the dozer will be working on that, and we'll use both skids to push the gravel out. We're doing a recycle base, and then we'll use a roller too. And then Wednesday we're probably going to stop that driveway at the opening. I'll kind of show you guys what that looks like, and then we'll finish the whole house pad and then finish the driveway from there. All right, so I was just back there. This is the open clearing that is really dry that I was telling you guys about. And now we're walking back to the more wet area. There was like 6 inches of water throughout this entire thing a couple days ago. So we've just been working it up, spreading it, trying to get it to dry out. A lot of this in here has dried out, but it's just so low in here from the skidders and everything driving in and kicking dirt up. They built these lips out and there's just nowhere for the water to go. So that's kind of why it's sitting so wet and just sloppy mud. It's getting hit with some sun right now, so that should dry it out, but there's just nowhere for it to go as of right now. But once we shape the driveway and bring all that dirt over to bring it up, it should clean right up. I'll walk down and show you guys the house pad now and kind of our plan on that. All right, here's this loop before the opening, which there's a higher side that's here that's just completely dry, and then it's drained into this low spot here. So we might just bring this whole thing like this and push all the water across that way. Here's the house pad. Here's a look back at it. But that house pad is kind of sitting on a knob right now. It's kind of like this. So we're gonna cut that flat and push all that dirt this way because it goes way down and then way up. So we're gonna cut all that, push everything this way, and you're just gonna gradually drive up. Because when it rains, a lot of water likes to sit there, and all along this hill it just gets caught up. So we're trying to solve all the water problems while we already have the dozer here, instead of having them pay for another mobilization to get the dozer here. It's already here, so, and it's the perfect time to use it, because once we build this driveway in, this is kind of shut off from dirt, so it'd be nice to just do it once and do it the right way. So this is kind of what we're looking at. I'll show you guys a little bit of the process of how we're going to lay it out and paint it, and maybe throw some stakes in. And then after that, it's just going to be a lot of dozer footage, a lot of skid footage, and just a lot of the build process. This might be a pretty long video. It might be cut into 2 parts. I'm not sure yet, but this is what we're looking at. Going over the grading plan. Got our little driveway cut marked out and just going over everything.
Especially if you got trails in, you make those turns.
Yep.
That's fine. I almost.
All right, I only got that one clip with the customers. We were talking about a lot of stuff and talking about shaping everything up, but that will do it for today. Friday or Wednesday, we'll go celebrate the 4th of July, and I will pick you guys back up on Monday. All right, we're back. The dozer's here. What an absolute monster. This thing will be shaping everything for us. Oh my gosh. So, let's get to work. All right, fueling up. 12-foot blade on this sucker. Jeez. This thing is just an absolute animal. I think it's gonna take just about every drop of fuel I have. Since it has a 48 or a 74 gallon tank, and this is 75 gallons, so bag's ripping the skid off. The 247's back on site. Wow, just freaking power. Let's get to work. All right, we're all ready to go. ASV 247 and the 750. Ready to work. 7:10. Next morning, we're rolling back in. So today's the day where everything starts. It's probably been a long video so far and we haven't even done nothing yet, but just been showing you guys around. But here we go. We're in action. It's gonna be a long day of picking up the big stuff we find as well. Hopefully that's not a mammoth fossil. I'll walk you guys through what we're doing quick though. So Becky already took care of this entire water and put it back there, which was unbelievable. I didn't film that because I couldn't even believe how fast it was. But what we're doing right now is cutting this shelf off. So right now it's down here, and then it goes up, and then it goes all the way down, and then the driveway. So what we're gonna do is, the house is going over here. So this side of that knob, we're pushing all this way to match this grade all the way across. So instead of going way down, you're just gonna slowly go up. So what he's doing right now is just building up this area, because this is where it's wet. So he pushed all that out. Now all that cut material, you can see how much we've cut already, is gonna be pushed out and just, it's gonna be used to pick all this up. Like you can, I don't know if you can see, but he's brought it up probably a foot or two in like 15 minutes maybe. This thing is just an absolute animal though. And Becky's also probably the best operator I've ever met in my life, so it's very nice to have him with. All right, I don't think you can see how aggressive it really is, but I bet from the bottom there, I'm 8 foot above it, at least. So, there's a lot of extra dirt there to help this grade out. carrying all that material. That's insane. A little example of just how far one pass can pick this place up. Probably 8 inches right there. I mean, look how tight he got that water. It took him 3 minutes. That puddle was sitting over here. I don't understand, but he made it look very easy. It's looking so much better already. Here is how much we've cut so far. You can see how nice this sand is. Just pure sand. It's fantastic. There's our cut line so far though. Alright, here's how our driveway's looking. Cut that knob out. Added it all in here. This is so much nicer.
Unreal.
Like, this is where the old puddle was. Now it's not even close, and everything, he's even gonna cut that more to swale it out. Alright, we got material going in tomorrow, our base. So he's working on the driveway now. You can see how much that got picked up already. So that will be our swale. Now we'll come on this side, cut this side lower, let that side be a little higher, so everything runs off kind of like this. Alright, we're starting the main highway of the driveway now. So we'll cut everything over. I gotta move my truck. I just moved the skid loaders back there, but they'll be working here now. And Becky is just ripping along. What he's gotten done. He's working on the entrance now, which is basically done. He's just pushing dirt out now. Just pushing extra dirt out. So this is what this is looking like. Swaled this whole side out. All the water should run right to here. Crowned the middle off. Looks so awesome. There was a knob on the beginning of this driveway, and it looks like he already took care of that. So nice gentle slope right to the road. This will help a ton. Looks like the pavement comes to here. So yeah, this is the entrance. Like he pulled off to the side. I'll leave the roller here for now, but boy is this stuff hard. Wow. This will be our compacting machine. Becky brought that with him today, so that's very nice. This is how it's looking. It looks so good. We are moving along wonderfully. It is 10:44 and the driveway is almost ready to go. This is where we started, cutting that knob off. Everything back there is rolled, ready to go. And now we're just filling in this low spot here. And this is just a crazy shot here. This thing is such an animal. John Deere 750K. What a beast. Driveway is done. We got a little stump of clumps of something there we'll rip out later. But now we're gonna start on the house pad. So this whole area that I'm dropping into right now, we're hoping to raise up a couple of feet. So it keeps the driveway nice and dry and everything can run away from it. So he's just gonna be hogging dirt right now. I'll try to get some good footage. I'll show you guys the house pad quick. House, as far over there as you can see. So there's a knob here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not, but you can see how much we're cutting out. There's a big, huge knob here, and this side's much higher than over there. So we're just gonna rob some of this dirt and it will leave the driveway. It'll leave their future yard cleaner, just better to mow, better to live on. Watershed will be better, and we get to fill that area in down there. Look at that thing. Golly! Here's a look at how low this is. You can't even see the top of the driveway. You know. We got thrown for a bit of a loop here. We have a spot along the driveway that will not seem to dry. So we are going to propose a soil correction. It's about 2 p.m. now. We got our customers meeting out here. Homeowners meeting us out here. Property owners, I guess. Meeting us out here at 3. And you know, just to walk the site, we invited them out to come hang out, look around. But we are gonna have to break the news to them that I would highly recommend a soil correction. However, we get to reuse all this really good dirt. And with Becky already being here, with that machine already being here, especially and everything, it's gonna make it a lot cheaper. And it's really gonna be done the full right way, because we have to just cut all that junk out. And it looked like good sand. We dug test holes, but I didn't realize when I dug test holes that when we were 4 inches down, if we were already 8 other inches down, then we'd need, you know, a foot to bring it back up. So what we're gonna propose is 16 trucks of sand roughly to bring about a 250 foot area up as high as we can. But here's what Becky's working on right now, pushing this hill out. Lunchtime.
I have issues now.
Our lunch lady showed up. Hey. We're looking good. Becky admiring his work. Alright, little update. We went through our meeting, got the okay for the soil correction. We will be starting that tomorrow morning. Here we are raising the driveway. Trying to match that grade. A lot of dirt left to go. Boy, is it looking good though. This whole area got filled in already. Now we're just gonna slowly be filling this off. You can see how hard it drops off. That's awesome. Now we'll just fill this little bowl area in and we should be good to go. And then tomorrow morning we will be doing the soil correction. It's not very big. It's just like 14 truckloads of sand. I'll show you it later, but we just can't get that wet spot to compact or hold water, so we're just gonna cut everything out and bring all new stuff in and do it the right way. Watch this though, this is unreal. Alright, we're calling her for a day. Oh boy. We're calling her a day. We'll be back in the morning. I'll show you the soil correction area. So everything I'm driving on right now, just packed hard as a rock. But we come up to this bend here and it's just too soft for my liking. So from right here, you can maybe see where the tire tracks sink in, but it gets soft right here. I can feel my truck rev up a bit. From right here to right here. That's all getting picked up tomorrow. About a foot. Cut down about 1.5 feet. Cut down about a foot and then brought up 1.5 feet. And then 6 inches of gravel. So it'll be sitting a foot higher than it is right now too. There's Becky's rig. Oh, I love that thing. Alright. That'll do it for us. We will... What is that thing? Is that a muskrat? We'll see you tomorrow. Day 3. Here we are. Wednesday. Got the excavator here now. Alright. Becky must have worked for a while after we left last night. So here we are, our entrance. And this is how much Becky has brought it up. Golly. So we still have a little hole over here, correction area. But you can just see that ridge, how far it's been brought up. Looks very good. We talked to the customer this morning, and instead of cutting that back hill down more, we may just haul some sand in here to fill the rest so we can keep that hill natural. But golly, does that look good. Here's the start of our soil correction. We're gonna get down to this harder stuff. it's already solid as a rock right there. Just this muckier stuff just wasn't doing it for us. Working on our subgrade, got it compacted. Load of sand showed up, I'll push that out now. All right, got that first load of sand knocked down. Jump back on the roller. Another load. The camera guy jumped on the roller. That's the most expensive roller operator I've ever seen. Cut's going well. The fill-in's looking really good. The cameraman wants to get his mitts dirty, so let's see what he does. Oh boy. Alright, this is our last soil correction area. It's that pond that was sitting in here. We had to go pretty deep on this. Maybe 2 foot, but it's not very big, and everything here is hard as a rock. This used to sit low, so we're gonna cut all of it out, and well, we already got it all cut out and hauled off, but we'll fill it with some harder stuff and we'll be good to go. The sand we were using was like a select sand, so it didn't bind together as tight as I wanted. So we're spreading that thin, and I just called in class 5, so now we're just gonna get a class 5 as a base instead of the select sand, because the select sand it didn't bind together well. So that's what we're working on. Backy's just pushing everything out, spreading it thin so we can get it to get hard, and then we'll put the class 5 over it. Spreading this sand thin. And we're just gonna use this sand as like filter. We wanted to bring it up a lot. Just an inch or two on the bottom, and then we'll class 5 everything else, and everything will pack really hard together. So looking good. This thing's a beast. Backy knocking our fill piles out. Get that looking all good. We dug a stump out here, so I'll pick through all this junk and get this leveled back off. Alright, our harder base class 5 is showing up, and look at Backy on the dozer. Are you kidding? That is money. that class 5 down. Nobody's out here doing it like Backy is. I'll tell you that right now. I will tell you that right now. Got bag right behind him on the roller. Moving along. Working our way around this bend. We are getting there. Here's how this loop looks. We're throwing a culvert right there, kicking out there. I'm tired, and it's only 1:30. We're just gonna base the whole thing. Why not? It's gonna be the most solid driveway ever built, and that's what we're after. Out of here. Bang. It's been a while since our last check-in. I've been building that up. Now I'm gonna go push out this class 5. Backy is cutting our edges out for the swales along the driveway, so I'll push these class 5 piles out quick. Alright, Backy's cutting these edges down. So he's cutting these edges sat high. He's cutting them over now. He's gonna run the dozer with his blade like this. So it peels all that dirt back over the driveway. That will be our crown, and this will now be our swale on both sides. So imagine a dozer blade running like this, cutting, cutting, cutting. This dirt folds over, comes to the top, crowns off, both sides. A little bit of a crown, water runs off, water runs in the swale, water goes to where we want the water to go to. Gravel on top. You got it? All right, I hope so. I don't even know if I got it, but I hope you guys do. About 6 p.m. bag just head out. We got some sand still showing up. We're working on raising this as much as humanly possible. So, boy, we got a bunch of extra material showing up. It's about 7:40 now. We're calling it a day. We talked for a while about an idea for drainage. We were going to do a culvert, but now we think a swale is going to be a whole heck of a lot more effective. So we were kind of talking that over and just walking step by step. But we are going to push back on gravel tomorrow, and we're going to build some more areas up, and then maybe gravel later tomorrow, or just hammer it all in on Friday. But man, back here rolling out. 7:42, not bad. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning. 6:45. Got the grader bar work ready to go. Becky over there greasing. We're gonna do some drainage and some final touches on everything today, as I'm sure I told you yesterday. So let's get to it. Entrance. This is a swale that Becky dug yesterday, coming all the way through, straight to the drainage ditch. Looks awesome. This front side's really nice. We haven't had to do a whole lot, so I just maintain it. Alright, even after our soil correction, we've had a hard time bringing this driveway up, so we're doing it again once and frickin' for all. That's how far we're bringing it up. That actually looks very nice, and I am very pleased with that. That grade out there, not this grade. This grade is great at the base, but that's looking a lot better. Alright, here's our base for the rest of the drive. Up there is pretty good. It's just like 10-15 feet behind my skid that needs to still come up. It's just we're in like a hole here, and we've just been battling it the whole time, and it's taking a lot of material, that's all. Becky just cut a beautiful swale with the dozer. That looks wonderful. We're trying to get water to come out this way. This driveway's been a bit of a thinker, just you know, directing water, and when the loggers came in, they kind of came in through a low spot, so we've had to build that up quite a bit, which obviously you guys have seen for days now. I probably am just repeating myself, but it all blends together for me. We had a new piece of iron show up. Help dig our trenches in. Not our trenches, but our swales. Cutting putting our swales in. This is why we take the extra day. Make sure we look at everything. I'm about to cut this ditch in. The road is about done. We built it up another foot again today, probably a couple 100 feet again. So everything is in place. A little bit of water direction, a little bit of house pad work, not house pad work, but driveway work, shaping out the house pad, and we'll be ready for rock tomorrow. All right, cut in all this extra good sand. It's gonna be the top of our driveway. Well, top of our base. We got it painted out here, both sides. All right, now you guys will be able to see something. I just walked the skid loader up here. You can see our swale now. All the water from all the way around coming right through here. All the way out, right where the 247 is. Nice tight swale right here, draining to that low point down there. Looking good. These are the finishing touches in my eyes, either make or break the entire driveway. And I know everything seems like it got pushed back a day, but with the soil correction and having to bring that stuff up we did today, I'd say we're still doing really good. We've worked a lot of hours, as you guys have seen. All right, so we just cut these swales in. Now we're trying to raise that ditch. Instead of lowering it, we're just gonna bring the driveway up a little bit more. We've brought this driveway up like 3 feet, but it's so gonna be so hard for you guys to tell, but this is so money from what it was earlier. Everything is higher than the outsides by a good foot. Poor Meg's been stuck on this roller for about 25 straight hours. Try to just come keep him some company every once in a while. It's looking good though. Firming up really hard. One last facelift. Swales. Both sides. Water running, pulling everything to the middle, building the road one last time. This, oh my gosh, did we build this sucker up. Way higher than the edges, perfect. What do you think? Good. I haven't picked you guys up in quite some time. Swale is done. So we climbed up here with the skid. Our driveway is very distinct, and it had to be done like this to direct all the water out, so there's never issues with water. Got everything rolled. The road sits much higher than everything else around it now. And golly, this swale just looks so good. So the road is done. I think it's done. Maybe besides a little bit of rolling, you know. But yeah, it looks very good. We reused all this good sand up here to bring that up. We lowered the swale and then brought everything else up. So it's looking really good. We're gonna go, we brought in 10 loads for the driveway to raise that. So we're gonna go work on that now. All right, I'll walk you guys out of here. The excavator's leaving. All of our ditches are cut where they need to be cut. Everything got lasered and sloped correctly. You can see our swale running all the way down this way, all the way to the culvert on the road. It's looking very, very good. So hopefully the customers think it looks as good as I do. So we'll find out. Loading. Rolling out. Here's a look back with the sun. Boy, this is taking a lot of work. We have brought in, so far, 1.4 million pounds of material. So, yeah. This area is where we did our soil correction. Right from that orange mark on that tree to about that bend. And we estimate from our lowest point, we've raised it 4 to 5 feet. We used to be 2 foot under that soil. Now we're about 3 foot above it, and we still have 6 inches of rock coming. So this driveway is going to be way up. Come around this bend to this opening. This is looking very nice. Swaled on both sides still, all the way around. And this is just lovely. Just hard as a rock. Packed in really good. Everything is looking awesome. Ready for rock. I'm very happy we took an extra day to perfect everything. All right, I stopped back out. Wow. This is our finished grade right here. I am gonna end this video here and make another video on just the driveway tomorrow, which I wasn't planning on doing, but I'm gonna do that now. So I had to bring my wife out to show her our swale. What do you think?
Looks pretty good.
All right, see you guys in the next one.